Hi, my name is Eric Kirk. I'm a personal injury and accident attorney in Baltimore, Maryland. I'd like to take a few moments to talk about the value of a personal injury claim. And what I'm speaking of here is the actual dollar value that's assigned to that case by a lawyer. It's my belief that one of the most important things that a personal injury attorney does is to accurately and intelligently assess the value of the claim for the client. What should that client be entitled to recover? Now, the most important thing is actually recovering that money for the client. Our system of jurisprudence recognizes that although money is a poor substitute for one's health, it's perhaps the next best thing. Our civil justice system is premised on the notion that when one sustains a loss, whether that's a personal injury, an economic loss, or perhaps a property loss, that person is compensated by what's called money damages for their loss. Now, Maryland law recognizes two forms of damage. On the one hand, we have economic damage. On the other hand, we have non-economic damage. When one thinks of economic damage, think of things that are readily calculable, things that you can pull out a calculator, do a quick mathematical exercise, and come up with the answer. Here we're talking about things like lost wages, things like medical expenses. Non-economic damages, on the other hand, are a little more nebulous, a little more difficult to pin down. A lot of times people use a shorthand when referring to non-economic damages: pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life, the diminishment of quality of one's life, scarring, disfigurement, and the like. These are things that are not readily calculable, things that are not determined by the exercise of mathematics. When I value a case, I look at a number of factors. I initially look at the strength of the case from a liability perspective. Does the client have a case, and how likely are we to prevail at trial on issues of liability? I also look at the amount of medical expenses, both those that have been incurred to date, but also those that are likely to be incurred in the future. We employ the same type of analysis when talking about lost wages. Wages that have been lost due to the accident to date, and those which may also occur in the future. We also look to the venue of the case, and that is specifically, where will this case go to trial? We also look to the amount of insurance coverage available, both in terms of liability insurance and in terms of uninsured or underinsured motorist benefits. Finally, we do an analysis of the non-economic component of the case: the pain, the suffering, the loss of enjoyment of life, the disfigurement and scarring, if any. Now, these are a number of factors that are scrutinized in some detail, and I'm going to explore each of those in subsequent chapters in this series.